My husband wanted to switch to an open relationship, I agreed, but I couldn't stand it when he cheated on me with my sister, and my parents took their side. I'm 32, married to Jake, 34, for 7 years. No kids, just an apartment. He works IT. I do freelance graphic design when my chronic illness lets me. I'm often sick, tired, in pain. He's the main support. My sister Tara, 29, is single, a bartender. My parents are retired, focused on family unity. Jake got distant this past year. One night, he tells me he wants an open relationship. He says he's stifled, loves me but needs more. He gives me an ultimatum, agree, or he leaves. I'm shocked. I say I need time. He agrees but seems annoyed. I think it over. I'm sick a lot, can't work much, rely on him. I don't want him to go. I convince myself I can't lose him. After a night of no sleep, I say yes. After I agree, Jake starts going out more. He says it's friends, but I know it's dates. He's gone most nights, back late. I stay home, too tired to do anything. I don't like it. I feel ignored. When I mention it, he gets mad. He says I agreed, that I can't control him. He snaps at me, short answers, loud sighs. I'm the problem for being upset. I try to adjust. I tell myself this is what I chose. My health keeps me stuck, so I can't join him. I sit on the couch, scroll my phone, wait. The apartment feels empty. I notice his cologne is stronger, his clothes neater. He's trying, just not for me. It hurts. I don't speak up. I'm scared he'll leave if I do. I stay quiet, let it fester. One night, Jake comes home earlier than usual. He sits me down on the couch. His face is blank, no emotion. He tells me he slept with Tara, my sister. He says it straight out, no build-up, no warning. He explains it happened once, a week ago, and that it's over now. He wanted me to know because of the open relationship rules, he says. My chest tightens up. I can't get a full breath. Tara's my sister, 29, single, loud, always popping in and out of my life. I never thought she'd cross that line. Jake says it's not a big deal, just part of what we agreed to. I don't respond. My head's spinning too fast to form words. I sit there replaying it. Tara's been weird lately, fewer texts, shorter calls. I thought she was just busy with her bartending job. Now it clicks. She was avoiding me. I imagine them together, her laughing, him touching her. It's vivid, and it guts me. My hands start shaking. My heart's pounding so hard I feel it in my throat. Anxiety hits me full force. I've had attacks before, but this is worse. My chronic illness kicks in too, sharp pain stabs my joints, my stomach churns. I try to stand, but my legs give out. Jake just sits there, watching. He doesn't move to help, doesn't say anything else. I grab my phone, call an ambulance myself. I can't drive, can't function. The paramedics show up, take me to the hospital. Doctors say it's a panic attack, bad one, mixed with my usual symptoms. They keep me overnight, hook me up to monitors, pump me with meds to calm my system. Jake visits the next morning. He stands by the bed, says he's sorry, but his voice is flat. He leaves after 10 minutes. Tara doesn't come, doesn't call, doesn't text. I'm alone in that sterile room, staring at the ceiling, surrounded by beeping machines. My mind won't stop. How did my husband and sister do this? How did my life turn into this mess? I don't sleep. I just lie there, broken. I get discharged from the hospital after 2 days. My anxiety's still high, but the meds help. My body aches, and I'm exhausted. I go back to the apartment. Jake's there, acting normal, like nothing happened. He asks how I'm feeling, but it's quick, no depth. I don't answer much. I can't look at him without seeing him with Tara. I sleep on the couch that night. The bed feels like it's theirs now. I call Tara the next day. She picks up, sounds nervous. She says she's sorry, that it was a mistake, a drunken night. She swears it won't happen again. I don't believe her. She's my sister, but she chose him over me. I hang up, block her number. My head's a mess, anger, hurt, all of it. I don't want her in my life anymore. Jake notices I'm off, but he doesn't push. He goes out again that night. I don't ask where. I don't care. My health gets worse. The stress makes my symptoms flare, pain, fatigue, nausea. I can barely work. I spend days on the couch, staring at nothing. Jake keeps living his life, in and out of the apartment. I realize I can't do this. The open relationship was his idea, but him picking Tara broke me. I decide I want out. I don't tell him yet. I need a plan, somewhere to go, money to lean on. I start looking at my options, quiet so he doesn't suspect. I spend a week planning. My health's rough, but I keep going. Savings are tight, enough for maybe a month's rent. I look up cheap apartments online, ones I can manage alone. I can't stay with Jake. Being around him messes me up. I don't sleep much, barely eat. My body's worn out, but I'm determined to leave. One night, he comes home. I'm on the couch, laptop open. I tell him I'm done. No shouting, just straight. I can't handle the open setup, not after Tara. He's surprised. Says he thought I was okay with it since I agreed. I say Tara crossed the line, it's too much. He gets defensive. Says I'm overreacting, it was one time, not worth ending 7 years. He's calm, but his eyes are sharp. No apology this time. I say I'm moving out. He asks where, how I'll cope. I say I'll sort it out. He calls me stubborn, says I need him with my condition. It stings, I've worried about that too. But I stand firm. I'd rather struggle than stay. He shrugs, says I'll regret it, grabs his keys and leaves. The place goes quiet. Next day, I call my parents. They're always involved, opinionated. I explain it all, Jake, Tara, the hospital, my decision to go. I expect support. Nope. They're upset. Mom says I'm dramatic, marriages have lows. Dad says Jake's decent, forgive him. They defend Tara, family, one mistake, don't cut her off. I'm stunned. I say she was with my husband. They blame Jake, say work it out with him, not her. They insist I stay, say leaving hurts the family. I argue. I'm finished, deserve better. They don't listen. Mom cries, says I'm breaking her heart. Dad tells me to think of them, not just me. I hang up. Hands tremble. Didn't expect this. Thought they'd back me. Now I'm alone, Jake's gone, Tara's out, parents against me. I stare at my phone. It's just me now. I'm on my own now. No Jake, no Tara, no parents. My health's still bad, pain, exhaustion, the usual. But I can't stay in this apartment. I spend days on my laptop, hunting for a place. I find a tiny studio, cheap, an hour away. Rent's low enough that my savings plus freelance cash might cover it for a bit. I apply online, get approved fast. It's not much, but it's mine. I start packing. I don't have a lot, clothes, laptop, some meds. Jake's barely around, so I don't see him much. When he's home, he ignores me. Doesn't ask what I'm doing with the boxes. I don't tell him either. I sell a few things online, old chair, lamp, to scrape together extra money. My body hates it. Every trip to the post office leaves me wiped. I rest a lot, but I keep going. I book a moving van for the weekend. It's small, affordable. I can't lift much, so I hire a guy from a local ad to help. Jake's out when the day comes. The mover loads my stuff, 2 boxes, a suitcase, my laptop bag. It takes an hour. I leave my key on the counter, lock the door, and go. No note, no goodbye. I don't look back. The new place is bare. 1 room, a mattress I bought cheap, a folding chair. I set up my laptop, start working again. My health's shaky, stress makes it worse. I miss deadlines, lose a client. Money's tight, but I pick up small gigs where I can. I eat cheap, ramen canned soup. It's rough, but I'm free. Jake doesn't call. I don't reach out either. A week in, my parents text. They say they're worried, want me to come home. I don't reply. They call next, leave voicemails. Mom begs me to talk to Jake, says I'm being selfish. Dad says I'm throwing my life away. I block them too. I can't deal with the guilt trips. Tara stays silent, no apology, no contact. I'm cut off from everyone. It's lonely, but I'd rather be here than there. I've been in the new place for a month. It's still bare, mattress, chair, laptop. My health hasn't improved. Pain flares keep me in bed some days. I work when I can, picking up tiny design jobs online. Money's scarce. I budget hard, cheap food, no extras. Bills pile up, but I manage barely. It's not easy, but it's mine. Jake hasn't reached out. I hear through a mutual friend he's still going out, living like nothing happened. Tara's off my radar completely. My parents keep trying, texts, calls, even a letter. They say I'm wrong, that I should go back, fix things with Jake. They mention Tara's upset, like that's my problem. I don't respond. I block their numbers, but the letter gets through. I toss it unread. I'm done with them. I build a routine. Mornings I check job boards. Afternoons I work if I'm able. Nights I rest. My body's unpredictable. Some days I'm okay, others I'm useless. I lose another client from missed deadlines. Stress eats at me, but I push through. I find a free clinic nearby, get meds adjusted. It helps a little. I'm not thriving, but I'm surviving. I don't have friends here. No one visits. I scroll X sometimes, see people posting about their lives. It stings. I used to have that. Now it's just me. I don't post, don't want pity. I focus on staying afloat. The quiet's weird at first, but I get used to it. No one's snapping at me, no one's betraying me. It's calm, even if it's lonely. It's been 3 months since I left. The studio's still sparse, mattress, chair, laptop, a cheap lamp I found. My health's a roller coaster. Some days I work decent hours, others I'm stuck in bed, aching. Freelance gigs keep me going, but it's tight. I eat basic stuff, rice, beans, whatever's on sale. Rent's paid, lights stay on. That's enough for now. I think about Jake sometimes. Last I heard, he's still out there, dating around. Doesn't seem fazed. Tara's a ghost, no word, no sign. My parents gave up after the letter. No more calls or texts. I'm fully cut off. It's strange, being this alone. I used to have a family, a husband. Now it's just me and my shaky body. I replay how it went down. Jake's ultimatum, me caving, him picking Tara. I kick myself for agreeing to the open thing. I thought I'd keep him, but it just broke me faster. The hospital stay was the tipping point. Couldn't ignore how bad it got. Leaving was hard, but staying would have been worse. My parents siding with them still stings. I don't get it. Their daughter gets hurt, and they defend the ones who did it. I'm not okay yet. Money's a worry, savings are gone, work's inconsistent. My health limits everything. But I don't regret it. I'd rather scrape by here than live with that mess. I check X sometimes, see people venting about similar stuff. Makes me feel less alone, even if I don't chime in. I'm figuring it out day by day. It's been 6 months since I left Jake. The studio's home now, mattress, chair, laptop, a second-hand table I grabbed cheap. My health's still up and down. Pain hits hard some days, but I've got a routine with the clinic meds. Work's steadier. I've landed a few regular clients. It's not much, but it covers rent and food. I stick to basics, pasta, veggies when I can afford them. I'm not rich, but I'm stable. Jake's out of my life. A friend mentioned he's moved on, dating someone new. Doesn't matter to me. Tara's gone too, no contact, no apologies. My parents stopped trying months ago. I'm on my own, and it's fine. I don't miss the drama. I don't miss the guilt trips or the betrayal. I've got peace, even if it's quiet. Looking back, I see where it broke. Jake's push for the open thing was the start. Agreeing was my mistake. I thought I'd save us, but it just sped up the end. Tara sleeping with him was the gut punch. My parents picking their side finished it. I was a wreck in the hospital, but leaving was the only move. I had to pick myself over them. I'm not healed. My body's still a mess, money's tight, and I'm alone most days. But I'm free. No one's controlling me, no one's stabbing me in the back. I scroll X sometimes, read other people's stories. I don't post mine, don't need the attention. I'm just living, one day at a time. It's enough.